Hello, music fans. Welcome to another episode in the Top Albums of Every Year series with Death by Unicorn. Today, the year is 1999, and my favorite album of 1999 is this one, Dream Theater, Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. This is their fifth album. They're a great progressive metal band. This is actually my favorite album by Dream Theater and my favorite album of the entire decade of the 90s. It's a great concept album that flows really well from start to finish. My number 2 of 1999 is Still Life by Opeth. It's their fourth album. Great progressive death metal. Also a concept album. My number 3 is an album that's a bit hard to pronounce. It's by the Icelandic post-rock band Sigur Rós. I think I'd pronounce it Igatis Version. Is their second album. Very dreamy and ambient. It's not my favorite album of theirs, but I do find it a big step up from an improvement from their first album. And now I've got 7 honorable mentions for this year. First honorable mention is California by Mr. Bungle. It's their third album, experimental rock that's artsy, progressive, weird, has their typical strange surf rock and funky vibes scattered throughout. And it's my personal favorite Mr. Bungle album. Another honorable mention is Calculating Infinity by the Dillinger Escape Plan. It's their first album. And they're the kings of mathcore. They took this hardcore punk sound, made it as chaotic, dissonant, and spastic as possible with lots of crazy time changes and experimentation. Another one on my honorable mention list is Californication by Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is their 7th album. It's alternative funk rock. This is my favorite of their 90s albums, and is probably in the running as one of my favorite albums by Red Hot Chili Peppers overall as well. Stupid Dream by Porcupine Tree is next. This is their 5th album. This has less of the psychedelic vibe of their earlier works and is more like a combination between progressive rock, alternative rock, and pop. Forward by Choke is my next honorable mention. It's their 4th album. They're a lesser known Canadian band, but it's fast, technical punk rock, and it's really great. 2 honorable mentions left here. My second last honorable mention is Showbiz by Muse. It's their first album, alternative rock. You can kind of see the foundations of this band that eventually grew more and more popular over time, and now they're one of the biggest bands out there. And my last honorable mention is Dreaming Neon Black by Nevermore. It's their 3rd album. It's a concept album as well, and is more progressive than their first 2 albums, which are closer to thrash. And that's it for my picks for 1999. Let me know if there are some other ones I should check out that you think should make the list, and yeah, let me know what you think. Actually, this is the last video I'll be making a while in this series, because I've already done all the 90s now, and every year since 2000 to the current year. I'll probably take a break from this for a little while and think about the 80s a bit, listen to some 80s and 70s stuff before I do my videos on the 80s and the 70s. So yeah, until then. Not sure when I'll get around to doing that, but I probably will at some point. Peace out.